Are you thinking about starting a cleaning business? Well, watch this before you do. Trust me. But first, a quick intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here though, my name is Mike Mack from thejanitorialentrepreneur.com, and I help people start, grow, and automate wildly profitable office cleaning businesses. And on this video, I'm going to give you 3 things that you absolutely must consider before starting your cleaning business. Trust me, these are things I wish I considered in the very beginning, okay? So you're definitely gonna stick around all the way through because every one of these things is very important. But before we get into that, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell because I put out new videos just like this every single week and you're not gonna wanna miss it. Also, if you haven't already, go over to Facebook. If you're on Facebook, join my free Facebook group. It's a community of over 1,000 people right now who are in the same position and they're trying to start their cleaning business, take it to the next level, okay? I give daily tips, plus I also do weekly Q&As. That's right, every single Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, you can come by and get your questions answered, okay? We got you taken care of. That's if 1 time per week on YouTube isn't enough for you, okay? So if you're looking for more, definitely head over there, all right? But no, that's it. That's all I got to say on that. Now it's time to get into this week's video. Okay, the reason why I'm making this video is because, look, starting a business can be very tough. Cleaning businesses are no different. Even though with all the businesses I've started, cleaning businesses have been much easier than the other ones for various amounts of reasons. That being said, they're still very challenging in their own right, okay? So I don't want you to make a lot of mistakes that a lot of first-time entrepreneurs make or first-time cleaning entrepreneurs make, okay? So all of these 3 things I'm about to get into are so important and you must consider each one. Now, even if you've already started, maybe you're a year in, got a couple of accounts, I mean, you're still more in the starting phase. This is definitely for you, okay? Maybe some things you can take away that you haven't necessarily considered that are probably keeping you stuck. But yes, if you're an absolute beginner thinking about what should I do, where should I start, I'm overwhelmed, I got you, watch this video. These things you must consider, all right? Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the 3 things. The first thing that you must consider before starting your cleaning business is the mental game. Yes, that's right, the mental game. Listen, you know, growing up, all I would hear is things like, hey, love is a battlefield, love is a battlefield, love is a battlefield. Let me tell you something right now. I've been with my wife 7 years, only, you know, we're newly married, but we've been together that long. Let me tell you something right now. My love has not been a battlefield. If anything, it's been the opposite. It's been a blissful field, okay? And I truly mean that. The one battlefield I do have in my life and have for the last, you know, several years is business. That's right. Business has been an absolute battlefield because it's making a lot of mistakes. And my mental game was off. Okay, so this battlefield isn't with, you know, weapons and swords or no, this battlefield is up here. It's a mental battlefield, okay? There's an enemy in your way and that enemy is the person you see when you look into a mirror. Sounds corny, but it's true. There are things that I was doing that was stopping me, getting in the way constantly, and I couldn't understand. I thought it was, what's the new hack? Maybe it's the way I'm billing and pricing. Maybe it's the way I'm hiring, or maybe my area isn't good for this, or maybe, no, these are things that were just getting in my head. So instead of really focusing on getting better, focus on leveling up my knowledge and my skills, you know what I would do? I would give in to, you know, things that just made me feel better. Like maybe I would play the game more. Maybe I'd play PlayStation more Madden or something like that. You know, maybe I would watch YouTube, endless YouTube videos, not even ones that like this, which are intended to help you, just time wasting, you know, videos. I would be watching things like that because I wasn't focused, okay? So you must be focused. You must be all in. You can't half-ass this. You have to be committed. These are things I didn't consider, okay? Because I thought I was committed. But when Netflix means more to you than absolutely leveling up your business, that's a problem. Now, I'm here to tell you that if you're struggling with that, you have to make a decision. Now, it doesn't mean never watch Netflix again or be successful in business. You can do both, for sure. But I'm saying in the very beginning, if it comes down to it, you have to choose. And if you are choosing Netflix over business, it's okay if you want to turn it around. But if you're continuing to choose it, this probably isn't going to work out for you. Okay, you're probably just going to get into a lot of, you know, financial hardship, and because you're going to be doing things wrong, you're not worried about leveling up. You think you got it figured out. I've been there, trust me. But if that's the road you want to choose, then you probably should stop watching at this point. But if you're somebody like me who was making those mistakes, I wasn't prioritizing my time for my business, but I wanted to be successful still. You can turn it around, but it starts with a choice. You have to commit to be all in, and you are going to be ahead of the curve. Mark my words. Let's get to the next thing. The second thing that you must consider before starting your cleaning business is time focus. That's right, what is time focus? Time focus is really all about commitment. Like, this channel is all about cleaning company automation, okay? So if you want to build a cleaning company that is putting anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000 per month in your pocket every month, and you want to be working less than 10 hours per week, this is the channel for you. And that really starts with time focus. It comes down to like starting with automation first in your mind, okay? Systems and processes are the key. To build automation, you need to be replicatable. You need to be just over the top simplified, okay? That way it's easy to hire, it's easy to constantly build because you're doing the same things over and over and over again, and it's turning into a kick-ass company that you're proud of and it's successful, okay? But before you get there, you have to be organized. Let me give you an example. I remember I had first a systems and processes coach 5 years ago because I was just working so hard and I wasn't even cleaning at the time, and we were successful, but I didn't have a lot of time. So I went to my coach and I was like, give me systems, right? And it's something I hear to this day when people join my, automated cleaning business accelerator program. They'll come in and they'll say, okay, Mike Mack, like, you're the automation guy, give me all the systems. And it's like, listen, all the systems are there. But before you get the systems installed, I tell them what my coach told me 5 years ago. It's always, you must get organized first. If you're not organized, it doesn't matter what systems you have, okay? So the key is always helping them get organized. And that's what I needed because my time focus was off. Basically, I'm getting a little complex, so let me simplify it. What I mean is there wasn't a strong time commitment. So let's say in the beginning, you work a 9 to 5 and you're ready to grow your cleaning business and you're serious because you want to escape. You want the 4-hour work week. You just want to spend more time with your friends and family and kids, and you just want more memories in life, right? All that's great. If you're not organized, if you're not disciplined, it's not going to work out. So here's what I needed to understand. I needed to understand I had to get my calendar to work for me, not me working for my calendar. So one of those things was, it was setting time aside every single week. Wasn't 15 hours, it was a couple hours a day. I set it in my calendar, I put do not disturb on there so anyone outside of emergency contacts could not reach me, and I put focused work in, okay? That is what it's gonna take, things like that, to get organized. Set time aside. These are things you're gonna need to understand and get good at so you can become successful and fast, and you don't have to play this game where you have to outwork everybody. We're not professional athletes. If you're a professional athlete, I do agree with that. You need to outwork everybody. At least that needs to be your mentality. But if you're not trying to build the next Amazon, you don't have to work 18-hour days. You don't. Trust me, I've done both. And this way is so much better. But you need that time focus. Let's get into the next thing you must consider. Okay, the third thing that you must consider before starting your cleaning business is the comfort zone. Yes, that's right. For newbie entrepreneurs, newbie business owners, you're going to get really familiar with where exactly the boundaries of your comfort zone start and end. Listen, there's no shame in wanting to be comfortable. That's like human nature, okay? That's why things that make us leave our comfort zone, so many of us don't do. For instance, exercise, public speaking. These things can be very rewarding, and starting a business and investing in yourself. Like in the beginning, these things are like leaving your comfort zone. But we have to realize that if we're unhappy in a certain area of our life, chances are it's because we're not willing to leave our comfort zone. We're not willing to level up in that area to be different, to be more worthy of your goal, okay? I'll never forget one time, one of my coaches back when, I'm always referencing my coaches because that's what I believe in, you need coaches. One of my coaches had told me that you want $1 million a year, but I just looked at your calendar with you. As of right now, you're not worthy of someone who's making $1 million. I didn't know if I should be offended by that, but I knew he was coming from a loving place. He was like, you gotta understand that people making $1 million a year, they've already understand this, that you have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone because it is very rewarding, okay? Because when you do that, you're all of a sudden outside of the place that's keeping you trapped. Now, when we're sitting in our comfort zone, I think of that story about the frog. You know, that old adage about like, if you throw a frog in boiling water, a frog jumps out. But like if you put it in very like room temperature water and then slightly over time, heat it up, eventually, kill the frog. It's not about killing frogs as much as it's about our comfort zone may seem comfortable, but over time, as things in our life aren't the way we want them, it kind of gets worse and worse and worse for us. And then we don't realize that we're kind of hurting ourselves and in some sense kind of killing our dreams and everything because we're stuck in that pot that seems comfortable. Do you know what I mean? But leaving that's the opportunity for real growth, okay? And that's what it is. So you have to be willing to step outside and be somebody who is worthy of that goal you have. The truth is you are worthy of your goal for sure. You just need to start acting like it. You need to start being that person, okay? You need to be that person who sits there and says, you know what? I'm uncomfortable with this, but I'm gonna push through because I know this comfort zone version of me, it's not really me. That person who has achieved the things that I want to achieve, that's who I am, that's who I strive to be, so I'm going to start acting like that person, okay? May sound like act as if, but it's really about stretching out your comfort zone. You'll be happy you did. If you're willing to do that, you're gonna be very successful.